not connecting. The last pick on dying, I think that draft's just hard to play.
Sure.
And I think game one, he had a pretty good DP game, so I think he's been playing pretty solid. I think Pango is one of his like old school classic signature heroes. He used to play it a bunch, like a year plus ago. Very high level on it, 25. So, very proficient hero for him. He knows what he wants to do. He's already queuing up a Vanguard. Just wants to be that tanky frontline beast. Slow the game down a little bit for his Linear Void to come online. And that said, the other thing is, Bryle could have like a quietly good game this game. There's not a huge amount of gap close outside of Furion TPing on him. If he gets to like, bots, Silver Edge territory where he's running around the map picking people off, could be pretty spooky for Quincy.
Yeah, I really favor TSM if they can get through the first 25 minutes without being, super far behind. If they can get through some of that zoo, I feel pretty good about Bryle just being able to stand and deliver out damage, and with all their initiation. I guess I always like more initiation. I'm always favoring the team that has more jump, just because I think it's easier to play team fights.
You like to run in and jump.
I mean, I am an offlaner by nature, and not one of the current modern offlaners that are actually carries, but, an old school offlaner.
Yeah, that's what you call yourself. I call it a different name.
It's also called a feeder in some cases, yeah.
A griefer, a Zeus picker. There's a lot of titles that
this is awkward for Tomato. He's used his time walk to jump away from Fadab, and MSS was on the other side. So he's going to take a lot of damage here. He'll survive, but it's not a great start for him.
That's a rough one. That's a rough one, I'm not going to lie. That's the pre-lane salve. And Quincy dodged the lanes, too. They put this Furion up top to beat on this Faceless Void. Super good matchup for Furion in general. Enigma bottom. You don't see Enigma safe lane often, because you end up like boomeranging the lane kind of in a weird way. Very interesting lane decision from Quincy here. They are really trying to punish this Ancient Apparition pick. He does not do that well in tri-lanes when he can't spam pulls and get the extra XP. So I think Du is going to be pretty sad here. UR is going to be pretty happy.
It doesn't mean that there is even more resting on Saberlight, right? Because he's given sort of a 1v1 matchup. I don't know how long Moon Meander is going to be chilling out in this lane, so there is even more opportunity for Saberlight to pop off.
He's really going to have to shine this one because, yeah, he's going to be the most enabled here. And I think Moon should stay down here and try and give Saberlight a lead because I don't think he does anything top with Tree Toss, especially. Like,
oh, yeah.
I mean, what is he going to do with a tree grab versus this tri-lane? Furion TPing bottom.
Yeah. Why? What? I thought they got the matchups they wanted. That's what you told me.
I don't know. I'm confused now, dude. I don't know. I thought that setup looked interesting for them if they get the lane back top. I guess they were having issues getting it back top, which shouldn't really happen.
Nice splitting of the Eidolons here from Leslau. Moon Meander does have boots, so he could walk away at any point in time, but it's not stopping Leslau from farming. And are they just going to keep this? Is Leslau just going to keep hitting neutrals?
I don't know. I mean, okay, when I look at the drafts, I think, okay, they want Enigma versus Void because he can't kill Eidolons. And then Prophet just sucks it up versus the Pango, who deals, like, in theory, you wouldn't want to put Enigma versus Pango. Alright, so I kind of makes sense, but the thing is, Quincy were the ones who like went up there. I don't think TSM did anything to try and dodge, or really had any notion of trying to.
No.
That's why it seems. That's why I feel like Quincy wanted that setup, and then they just failed on it. When gets solo killed.
We're so confused about the side lanes, not watching the mid lane, where Bryle not only up in CS but also first blood over Quinn. I mean, Bryle, he's been showing over the year, man, you put him in an advantageous matchup, and he will win it for you.
Definitely putting in work. First blood gold, gonna go a long way. Gonna use it to TP back and run back out with the boots. So free regen refill for him, almost level 5. Some early lane stuff going TSM's way. I think Enigma's also kind of sad when he gets taken off the early portion of the lane. Because now this Void who, remember, had to pre-salve, suddenly got, like, a free first 3 minutes almost.
Yeah, I thought he was going to get abused by the Furion. You know, when they initially started it, I was like, okay, this makes sense. Treants are just going to be running at Faceless Void. I guess Enigma probably could have done the same, but...
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Very confusing to me. I'm not sure what they were trying to get. I guess in the end they were trying to get the default lanes. Maybe they just mind games themselves, you know? Like they thought TSM was going to try and dodge and they didn't, and then they decided it wasn't working out. I do think Enigma is weird in the safe lane, though. That is the one X factor. Like,
yeah, I could see that. Brile doing a really good job keeping the pressure on Quinn. Follows him wherever he goes for the water runes. Quinn doesn't get a refill. Of course, neither does Brile, but the advantage in this matchup is still to the Lina. So MSS will be able to get the shards onto Dubu. And with the Eidolons already out in force, no chance for Dubu to survive there.
This is the best way to punish AA, man. Never let him pull, and then the second he steps up, you just kill him. This hero's super susceptible to getting chain killed, and he needs a lot of XP. Slow him down, and suddenly you get the items to be able to deal with the spells. So Mojo wants to be doing a lot more of that. Dude just TP's mid for the refill.
Nicely done by Fada. Use Splinter Blast to grab the hard camp wave and pull it away into Mood Meander, who's trying to do the classic cutting of waves that these double melee offlanes do.
Yeah, and he's blasting him up. Doing decent damage here. A Sprout.
Needs another hit. Moon is going to be able to get away. Once again, the boots movement speed help him survive.
I mean, Saberlight's getting forced off this lane. He's not having a happy time. And to me, he's still the hero that is going to have to carry some of this early game. Now, Brile's definitely doing a decent job of putting him in a position where he's going to be super strong. So that's a big shift in this game where he might just be strong enough to counteract some of these moves Quincy wants to be able to do with the summons. Which, if he can, is a huge deal. He even gets a D-ward mid.
Dude, this is so cool.
Contest.
Brile, they are going to be able to get the refill on the bottle, but if you die for it, none of it's worth. They throw out the Laguna Blade, and down goes the Death Prophet. Damn, even Saberlight joined in on this one. Brile, I mean, he took the early advantage. He really is. He took the early advantage, and then they made sure that Quinn didn't have any mid vision, doubling down on the sentries. Which is
taking it to Quinn.
Oh, yeah.
4 heroes mid. No rune for you, kid. Get the hell out of here. We're tired of you taking up all these runes and getting vision and getting ganks.
Money to burn.
This could be a very fast boots of travel for Brile. In which case, he's just going to get farther and farther ahead of a Death Prophet, who you naturally outfarm anyway.
And remember, this is core DP they opted to play here, and this is not an easy Death Prophet game. Like, not even close. He's up against AA, which destroys his hero.
Nice
He's up against
kill.
the Lina and the Pango, which long-range minus armor, yeah. Saberlight's not having a good one, so Brile's the shining light here. He's gonna have to put in some work, because Furion's pretty much taken bottom already. In Exo mid.
Yeah, they're pressuring all 3 lanes at once. They got the kill on Saberlight top with the Nature's Wrath plus the Enigma. Quinn's pressuring the mid tower. Nature's Prophet took bottom. I mean, TSM cannot allow them to get away with this.
Their lineups, this is just the weakness of their lineup too, though. It's
Avalanche.
a faceless Void AA.
Toss back into the LSA underneath the tower. Very clean combo from TSM and a bit of revenge for everything that was happening around the map.
A lot of chaos, they make the most of it. Every little kill they get is going to be very nice for them. Exo defended. Another kill for Brile. Like you said, it's going to be like an 8-minute bots here. 3 heroes back to the rune contest. You'll get an arcane. They are really taking the emphasis to this Quinn rune control this game.
Yeah, and that arcane rune is probably going to allow Brile to complete that boots of travel with all these stacks that are going on. Not just enabling or shutting down Quinn, they're also enabling Brile a lot. Saberlight
roll
uses
top.
the first Rolling Thunder. The Snowball is out of range to pick up Leslau. He needs more damage, though, and Moonmeander does not have the distance nor the levels to help.
Look out for fallen rocks!
Saberlight's gonna be pretty happy if he can stand up here, though. Like, the longer he's up here, just defend this tier 1, annoy Enigma, kill some Eidolons, force Quincy to have to commit very heavy for this tower. That's pretty much his job, and he's perfectly happy to do it forever because, again, it's time for Faceless Void to farm up, time for this Lina bots to go to work on the map, and of course, benefit of the early bots is Brile can join those tower defenses regardless of where he is.
Big
Another
kill,
tossback.
another one. Moon and Brile linking up again and again. Now the Spirit Siphon,
Heavy
it's actually going to be
siphons.
enough. It's keeping him alive. Quinn stays through it all. Tomato's going to go for it. And a
Four-man
Chronosphere
Chrono.
on to 4. Underneath the tower, too, is Mojo, so they might be able to get a second kill off of this one. And sure enough, it is. Saberlight jumps forward with the shield crash, slowing down, too. Leslau's here. They got to be scared of not a black hole, apparently, because it's on cooldown.
He used it top earlier. What a Chrono from young Tomato out here. 4-man Chrono, 4-man time dilation. Time dilation is going to be a problem for them in this game as well. Not a lot of natural dispels for their heroes. It really screws with the Quincy supports, so it's oftentimes this hero's best spell. People like to look at the Chronos, they look flashy, but time dilation's no joke. And what a mana from Brile. I mean, I guess it kind of worked out in the end, you know? He's happy to make these trades if it keeps the map control and he can come back with the bots. Maybe he didn't have a choice. Another rune.
Regen goes to Brile. 2-man smoke up from TSM to bottom lane. Vada was a big problem for them on this Winter Wyvern in game 2. They're going to make sure he doesn't get that free farming time. Throws out the Winter's Curse, but the last bit of damage required. Yeah, there it goes. Tomato finishes him off.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Does mean the push is coming in top lane at the same time, though.
Dire's top tower
Yep, and
is
that's
under
AAL
attack.
down, so no way to take this fight of a
Dire's
defense.
structures are fortified.
We'll be rushing Vessel on Enigma for this Faceless Void and picking up the
Dire's
pace.
top tower has
They want to
fallen.
defend this bottom. I agree, full HP tower. You have your ults up. TSM's got to be careful here.
Tomato is going to be, yep, caught in the black hole. The Avalanche tries to defend against it, but it was just enough disables to kill the carry. Moonmeander will die for his positioning as well.
These are the types of kills you don't want to throw away. Because Quincy is going to take full advantage of the
Dire's
time
middle
and
tower is under
farm
attack.
off the whole map. This Yawar Furion's having a much better game than the Furion we saw in the previous two.
Yep.
Top of the net worth, Maelstrom already online. He's cruising. So, you got to keep these mistakes out of reach as much as you can. Brile bots on
Saberlight
top,
forced to
lifted.
use, and maybe not forced because of the glyph TP in. Really nice setup. Quinn, Ice Blast coming in to try and help him out, but there is not enough help in the world for him to survive against that.
Yugu gets the kill, KS kill from across the map, and
Yeah.
I mean, he's put every Ice Blast to use so far.
Another rune. Double damage for Brile. Quinn's not getting anything. Nor is anybody
Maybe-
else on Quincy crew.
He used up all his RNG, you know?
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Tomato.
Motto.
They force him to time walk backwards. And Mojo immediately takes that. Now, the double damage on Brile is going to allow him to kill the enemy carry, but he has to try and get out, and I don't think he's going to make it, though. Slowed down a good LSA, but not quite good enough. The Eidolons and the Malefice finish him up. Lansdowne's going to TP mid, and they're going to go for a 2-man fast smoke over to the mid lane. See if they can catch any more heroes. Maybe Dubu? Yeah, Dubu. He's going to die as
Good
well, so now
rotation.
3 dead. And they can go for the tower, maybe Moonmeander as well. A silence, making sure there's no avalanche combo until it's too late. Or is it? Slowed down a little bit more. Quinn, the final nukes are not quite enough.
charge.
Middle tower is under attack.
Splinter Blast, that isn't enough either. Tomato, I mean, this is a little bit desperate. You don't have to try and defend this tower. He's been silenced up, snowballed as well. Tomato's dead again. The Winter's Curse might just defend MSS here. The Cold Embrace is going to heal him up a little bit more. There is more magic damage. Saberlight finishes him off with the Swashbuckle at the end of the Cold Embrace.
I mean, you can see the pressure TSM feels to defend these towers. As long as they could. Still, it's just not the way you want them going down. Your Faceless Void in front, like, Delnina not even in that fight, dead from earlier. Ideally, you defend these towers off the Chronos. Unfortunately, they've been forced to use some of these Chronos in weird skirmishes, and they're feeling it, man. They're feeling the pressure in this game, I guarantee it. That said, as I said, every game in the series, it felt like this, the slower draft, quote-unquote, ended up winning. So I'm hesitating to believe Quincy's in a dominating position.
As Silence makes sure that he can't get off the avalanche as the snowball approaches. Saberlight does what he can. But again, more and more pickoffs. Quincy crew keeping up the pace around the map, keeping these pickoffs and keeping TSM down a man always.
They really want this lean of BKB. They want a good solid fight with Chrono AA Blast if they can get it. Like, this is what TSM wants to connect right now, and Yawar's going to be rushing that Gleipnir. He has it. Pretty much in a 400 more gold. Not a lot to combat it right now. It's going to be pretty effective against his Faceless Void for a long time.
Yeah, especially with his, looking at his build-up, I get it. Aghanim Shard is super good on Faceless Void, but he wants to pair it with the Aghanim Scepter as well.
I don't know, AoE for all the summons, I guess? Clear waves versus Furion?
Yeah.
That part of it makes sense to me. The part where he's going to be pretty susceptible to any form of stun or
yeah.
leash is going to be rough. Here's the Chrono A, old smoke. Seems like Quincy. Smell it coming, though.
Yeah, Quincy crew just playing very conservatively. Look at this placement of Quinn and Leslau. Placed deep behind their tier 1 tower. TSM will not find anything with this smoke, but they do have the positioning to maybe take this mid tower. And if Quincy crew tries to defend it, may end up in an awkward fight. A smoke up from Fada and Quinn as they try and get their positioning right for this one. Saberlight spotted, gets off the Rolling Thunder. No, doesn't actually commit it just yet. Moonmeander is the target of the next snowball, but doesn't immediately get it off. The Winter's Curse actually saving Moonmeander in a way, but it solves up the Rolling Thunder in. He's going to be able to knock back, and they do manage to finish off the Tusk. Lightyear going down, but no follow-up disables. Tomato and Braille are fine.
What an awkward fight. I mean, I honestly think that fight is kind of hard for Quincy to take. They just don't have a good way of starting it, and then you're just going to get baited into this clump for the Chrono AA Blast, which is why Quincy was super hesitant there. I agree with them. So maybe, honestly, lucky to escape there with just Mojo dying, because I think that's a fight TSM is very happy to take.
Leipnir might kill Saberlight. First bit of damage is a lot, and he still caught him inside the Sprout mid-shield crash. That was a cool play. And they killed Dubu and bottom.
Such a beautiful death.
This is the type of game Quincy wants, where TSM super split up on the map. Their Furion can choose where to go. They have multiple threats on these cores, and even the supports have no dispels for, like, this silence. It's only Braille that feels super confident to shove these lanes deep. Even then, he could get Black Hole or Cursed into the setup. These 5-on-5s is where TSM's lineup can shine. As long as Quincy doesn't give it to him, they're going to feel pretty good about going into this next 5-minute period here. Building up a lead, getting their Tusk Blink online. BKB already up for Quinn. He just rushed it. Pretty much your best bet versus AA. Next fight is going to decide a lot of what this next Roshan looks like. TSM back to the 5-man.
Trying to force it again. I mean, they at least need to be able to get this mid tower down. This time, they should be able to. Quincy crew is not in a position to defend. They're spread out through the map. Currently trying to keep those side lanes in. Especially with the shard of the Nature's Prophet. These tier 2s are going to start taking some hefty damage.
Raider Treants, you know my feeling about those, and going to cause heroes to constantly come back, which is going to split the ball, provide opportunities for Quincy, maybe even just give him a Roche kill off of a single misstep here with the Exo. He's even farming their triangle with this Furion, so dragging some net worth away from them at the same time.
Yeah, it's a very nice idea. And all the space is getting Leslau to his next round of teamfight items. He went for the early Spirit Festival. Now he's going to get a Blink Dagger pretty soon. Yuar was bottom, shows up top. Saberlight is able to use the Rolling Thunder, but it's ultimately still a big teamfight ability that is on cooldown.
Nice little bait and trap for his Pango ult. He was caught. Smoked up around mid. This is the Mojo Tusk Blink reveal. I don't know if he just wants to go in here, though.
Runs up to the high ground, plants the ward, gets spotted first. TSM holding that high ground very nicely. Will immediately punish Quincy Crew. Not getting a kill, but do get the D ward.
ESM is getting to farm up, though. If you look at this net worth chart, it's by no means some game that's out of control or anything. And like you said, their biggest goal is to just push this game into the late game, at least on even footing. They can get to AA Shard. That's also a very big item in this game in terms of him becoming a lane shover instead of, you know, single target AA.
True, true.
Still got this blink coming out for Moon. It's on the courier. Kind of an awkward smoke.
Oh, yeah,
Doesn't
not
have it
having
yet.
that blink. They could have gotten an initiation
Got
onto
BKB
Quinn.
off.
Quinn gets off the BKB. A lot of the damage is going to be missing in this Chronosphere, especially with the Winter's Curse to be able to disengage.
Furion died to Bryle.
Yeah, big pickup, but it looks like that Shadow Blade finally got a kill for them. Quinn is still being chased down at the same time. He has an Arcane Rune. He's got 20 Magic Wand charges, too, so he is very tanky still.
ESM's trying to bait
jumping
more
forward.
heroes, though. Bryle swimming in the shadows.
What a big pickup he got on Yuar. Jeez.
Yeah, that's absolutely huge. That's the power of the BKB on this death prop, why Quinn rushed it. It lets him live through these early circumstances. It's not going to happen forever, but at least for now, letting him live in that scenario. And they probably got the bigger prize elsewhere. As you said, that Furion kill. This is that, you know, Shadow Blade going into Silver Edge Lina we were mentioning that can suddenly shift the paradigm of this game for a decent amount in terms of who is trying to pick off who.
Yeah, in a way, she's going to be kind of like the true carry. She's got 3 frontlining initiators in the Chronosphere, the Rolling Thunder, and the Tiny Combination, so she's just able to build flat damage like she's got the Chrysalis now. But it becomes a whole lot harder if they give out the Roshan. The Rolling Thunder coming around the side. A shield crash used. He has to go around to get inside of the pit. The Gleipnir does manage to grab 2 inside of the pit. Saberlight's going to go for it, trying to finish him up, but the LSA goes out, and Bryle does manage to secure it. Meanwhile, the Silence on Tomato gets knocked out by MSS in the black hole. So yes, they get the prize of the Roshan, but they lose their carry. They lose their 4 position as well. 2 for Aegis, I guess you could say, trade-off.
I feel like I take that if I'm TSM. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like you're very happy to take that Roshan away from Quincy in a fight that you'll never win anyway, because you have no chrono. And Ango's not gonna do a lot like on his own. Whereas Quincy had everything up. That was kind of their big objective to get in this game, put it on the Furion or DP and then be able to take the fight into the ults. Now you have this Aegis on Bryle. He's super confident. Silver Edge up level 20. He's a monster.
Nice roll-up use there from Saberlight, dodging a bunch of magic damage.
Only hits on 3.
Really good. Moon?
They're diving in.
Oh, the Winter's Curse hits first. That just flat out kills Moon Meander. Bryle does too much damage. They are still holed up in a corner here. Gonna try and heal Leslau, TP out, fly away from Vada. It's Leslau who's gonna be left behind. So out of the 3 of them, only 1 dies so far.
Sick Ice Blast from Dubu there, hitting all 3 and forcing the retreat. I mean, that's a lesson for Moon Meander, you know? Just jump in there.
Yeah.
Next time you won't get killed by your own teammate. That's how much of a beast Bryle's been this
Middle
game.
tower
He is
under attack.
absolutely dominating. Up to level 20 Silver Edge. So strong his teammates don't even stand a chance.
Brow continues to load. Nice reactions.
Radiant's bottom
MSS
tower is
blinks
under
ahead
attack.
of the LSA.
This guy's a monster. That's why they brought him out of retirement.
Certainly did. Humbled by his lack of opportunities, but the skills are still there.
Yeah, the exact opposite of my situation, so.
Sure. I'm sure there was a wealth of opportunities. OG was like, please, Avery, make our new team for us.
They were asked, you know, I just didn't have the... I didn't want to burden any team with my washed abilities, so...
Stun up. No, the blink away from Quinn. What an outplay on Tomato. The snowball also from MSS dodged it. And Lesa's here. They got to be careful. Curse. There's no black hole, though. Turn around. They're going to have this Faceless Void stuck in the Gleipnir. Couldn't get a silencer stun anywhere, but Quinn, they could keep blinking after him. They've got MSS with the Blink Dagger. They've got Quinn with one as well. Faceless Void cannot time walk far enough away.
Quinn is playing these chronos like a fiddle, man. Like, he is just baiting him out. Knows exactly what he wants to do. Surprise blink. No chrono for you. Absolute disaster of fight. Once more, this Wyvern is putting in work in this game. Two-man curse, wasting the Lina BKB duration. Ends up killing Void as a result on the chase. And remember, this is still Aegis Lina that they want to be able to use to gain some advantage. That's a nice find on the Wyvern.
Yeah, TSM, they do a very good job playing around their wards. Cold Embrace stalls out the death and does give Quincy Crew a chance to initiate. On to Saberlight, he's already dead. The Ice Blast is coming through. It'll hit MSS, knocking him out. Moon Meander, same thing though.
Nice LSA.
Nice LSA into the Laguna Blade that blows up. Quinn's Death Prophet. Yuar's going to be run down. The Lina is a machine gun at this point. The physical damage is finally here, and it shows that Quincy Crew do not stand a chance toe-to-toe against this girl.
Getting caught in the 5-on-5s, it's not Quincy's lineup's exact strength, even though I'm sure they feel like it with like Black Hole and this DP ult. It's just not that easy to run into these TSM heroes. Time dilation, random vortexes getting thrown down, still an Aegis on this Lina, so you can't just blink Black Hole him. It's not going to win you the fight. Pretty awkward engagement. Maybe just some dewarding, getting dragged into the skirmish they didn't want to be in. Either way, a steep price to pay, because every time you pay it, the TSM bank account goes a little deeper here, and Bryle, he's the tax man. He's the tax man extracting some extra duties here.
Taxman's coming. He's everywhere too with those boots of travel.
Taxman gets paid.
He shows up to every lane. Taxman gonna get paid, that's for sure. Saberlight is gonna go for an early basher, not actually completing the Wraith Pact, despite the Vlad's pickup. The knows that BKB is right around the corner for Leslau. It's actually not right around the corner. It's a few blocks away, let's say.
You are not stunned from it. Oh, BKB, but he's still dead.
You are absolutely destroyed by Bryle once again. The physical damage difference between these two. I mean, I really like this Lina against Nature's Prophet. It reminds me of the Lina against these like Dusas and Drows and stuff.
I mean, it's super good when you're having a game like this. You know, if you're behind and you're the one getting hunted, it's going to look different, but Bryle's just played this game to a T, and when this happens, yeah, you're the hunter instead of the huntee, and Viron does not have the net worth to fight back. He's getting absolutely crushed in the man fight, especially with this Gleipnir build. No armor, no real physical right click. This is a 3000 HP Luna with a Hurricane Pike, a Paladin Sword, and almost 25. Does not feel like they have the means to gap close him.
And he's going to get a Blink Dagger as his next item. He must feel invincible.
I mean, if he just blinks in and starts hitting Enigma, I feel like you can't even hold him back, you know? He died to the attacks in the air by the time the hole goes out, so this game is looking pretty good for TSM at this point. A lot of net worth coming out for their supports, and BKB on Tomato. He's feeling confident now.
Beautiful smoke opportunity that almost netted them 2 cores. They were about 5 seconds late. But Nature's Prophet and Enigma do get back behind their tier 2. TSM will not find anything in their push outwards. But yes,
Dire's
there
top
is
tower
a
is
big,
under
big
attack.
team fight upgrade in this BKB. And really, like, Tomato's showing or maybe Bryle is showing, that Tomato doesn't have to do much damage.
No, just chrono and dilate as many people as you can, and then let the Lina go ham, you know? Even if you die, I feel like if the Void gets hold, you might even be happy with that, you know? That's just a free fight for Bryle. He's been cleaning it up pretty quickly.
So is that what it comes down to in your mind, is that Leslau has to get a black hole onto the Lina? Or they have to get a good Winter's Curse on the Lina or something?
I mean, they need some way to, like, if he gets a black hole, you probably take it. Because it'll result in you being able to run down the rest of the fight. It's just if this Lina's in a turret position hitting you, it's going to be awkward for them.
High ground. Ward that sets up for a kill on MSS. He
Dragging him
snowballs,
back.
but they're just going to drag him farther and farther away. He does manage to blink away almost instantly after it, but Samato with the shard that he's got, and now
And he bashes?
15 talent as well. See you later, says Mojo.
Feels like Quincy's in some trouble here.
Yeah, they are.
Basher on Pango. The ability to split push and play these fights through the BKB is dwindling. Not to mention how much gold this AA is extracted. He's got Philosopher's Stone, he got that shard. It's almost up to 8,000 net worth. This guy is not even that killable anymore. His spells are powerful. He's going to do a lot in these fights. These vortexes are super annoying.
Triple fire.
Don't mind if I do.
Dire's top tower.
Lina
is under
cruising
attack.
around the map, blinks forward, catches Fada. Fada instantly cold embraces. He knows he's dead, or maybe he's not. Good Winter's
into the
curse
curse.
because Moon Meander blinked into it.
Rolling out.
You can almost say that that curse was a caster curse. Couldn't you, kind of?
Yeah, you probably could. But listen, that wasn't on me. That was on Moon Meander, all right?
Okay. Alright. Sounds like some caster blame to me.
A little bit of copium now and then. Doesn't hurt nobody.
Radiant are scanning.
8,000 net worth lead for TSM FTX, and they've got the big team fight power. They have the easily the better 5v5 as long as they get the initiations,
Ooh, man.
and they've got that. So much of that, in fact.
I see.
Two-man Avalanche. Gets 2 kills. Mojo not able to blink away this time. Quinn is going to be caught inside the Chronosphere. Immediate buyback to the Winter Wyvern. 3 down with 1 buyback. That is still enough for TSM to check out the Roshan. It's not actually up, though. 50 seconds left.
Yeah, this game is firmly out of Quincy's control, and they have absolutely no answer for this Lina, man. Absolutely nothing. It just, the initiations for TSM are free at this point, because as long as they jump something on Quincy's side, it gives Lina the free fight. And that's pretty much all they have to do. It doesn't even matter what they jump. They could probably jump
Dire's
creeps, and
bottom tower
Bryle
is
still
under
might clean it
attack.
up.
Well, we started this game 4 saying that TSM FTX was going to have to show us something a little bit different. Boy, did they. Ancient Apparition as an early pick. Granted, it was a counter pick to Death Prophet Winter Wyvern, but they just went the full big AoE team fight route. And it's working for them. You said it, every single time these games have gone late, the team with a little bit more late game has walked away the victor, and it seems like that trend is continuing here in Game 4, unless Quincy Crew can turn it all around with the right jump from Leslau. He's
Breaks
got
the
his
smoke,
blink.
though.
He's got his BKB. The smoke breaks on some of these heroes.
He's looking for the Lina.
Oh, he found the
Knows
Lina.
he's here.
That is a big one. Bryle, do they even have the
They have
damage,
the
though, to kill him?
damage?
Uar's coming in. Uar should be able to help him out, but it's not good
He's
enough.
out.
He got bashed by the swashbuckle. Bryle, Winter's Curse, laid out onto Saberlight, allowing Quincy Crew to be able to reset here. Tomato is also in the mix here. Without a Chronosphere, he's going to go for the Winter Wyvern. Immediate cold embrace there. Leslau caught inside the constant pinball effect. Quinn's going to go for Bryle. He spotted him again. He's got the... Oh, no,
satanic.
the life steal is too much. Bryle heals up to full. Quinn challenged the wrong mid laner as Bryle is now the king of NA mids now.
Wasn't too bad.
Just like that, huh? He takes the throne.
Just like that.
We were both questioning if they had the damage there, and maybe they were at the very end, because they did not have enough. maybe this Fury on TP just a little late. I don't know how much faster he could have gotten there. And like you said, he got bashed. Bryle healing up with the Paladin Sword, then flies in the Satanic. Quinn was not expecting it at the end. Tries to finish him off. They probably have to. If they don't, they lose Roshan. That's probably the game. God damn, what a Lina, man. This hero looked unstoppable.
Yeah, she really did. Shard's still in the pit, if anybody cares. I know Lina doesn't want it, and the other two already have it, but I guess it's literally between Lina and Tiny, so...
Lina one's not bad.
Yeah?
I mean, he doesn't need it now. It's not really gonna change much, you know, but...
Sure.
This Shard's a fine Shard. Like, it adds a pretty okay amount of damage over a long fight.
Ryle's not slowing down. The man is a freight train, single-handedly taking down Quincy. Look at him, blink forward, immediately goes for Leslau, and that's the physical damage you're talking about. No opportunity for a black hole, no escape for Quinn either. 2 cores dead on the side of Quincy crew, inside of their own base, in fact. Maybe Saberlot dies for this with the Winter's Curse. Yep, it does. But either way, do they really need him? Feels like the only thing they truly need is a stun and Bryle.
Maybe not even the stun at this point. He's just going ham. Even in defeat, Fada's making his Wyvern look okay. And
oh, what is this? Bryle is just diving in front of the fountain, and they can't even turn around and kill him because of the Satanic. Inside of the fountain, a Chronosphere. Are they really going to be able to kill him inside of the fountain? There's no way.
They tried. Damage test.
It was a good damage test. Nature's Prophet did survive, so I guess Bryle failed that damage test for now.
Yes. Quite a failed test of his strength this game. Disappointment. And they shall flee the base in shame.
True. Not able to dive fountain yet. Shame.
He'll have to buy even more items. A sad fate. He's got Strength Blink queued up. 1,000 away.
Yeah, why? Just make yourself tankier? Is that the only reason?
Yeah, I mean, what, it'll push him to like near 4,000 HP? With a nice little slow on the blinking and stuff. Seems decent to me. I mean, they didn't have damage on that last black hole, right?
Yep, yep.
Good luck.
Yeah, really, the only way he dies is if they chain stun him and prevent the Satanic from going off.
You know, a lot can happen in there, right? Like, you can get chronoed during the hole. You can maybe even just, like, I don't know, toss this guy back at the end of it. The Enigma can always get bashed off this Pangolier. That's the strength of this matchup. Pretty high probability. That's the problem. Lawless can't just hold his Lina. Like, the chances he gets countered are just way too high. At the same time, you kind of have to hold a Lina.
Especially since Bryle isn't really giving him another choice in the matter. Leslau trying to dodge. Does have a blink up in a second, but no. Tomato stops it. Well timed. They're just making sure he doesn't get a black hole off, nor does he get to blink away. He does not have a buyback for a minute. So, TSM, did he actually know that? Has he blown his buyback? No, it's because of gold, so.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Bryle is taking it to the Death Prophet here.
Yeah, look at him go. MSS, he will punch the Lina to give Quinn the opportunity to escape back to the fountain. But again, it's Quincy crew constantly playing around the fountain because they don't have the damage otherwise to play in these team fights. Nice snowball dodge on the LSA. Fada's going to suffer a fate
Fury on
that is worse
buyback.
than death here in this corner. A dieback, in fact. GG is called, and we are going to a Game 5. The NA qualifier for ESL One Malaysia is going to go the distance. One game is left between TSM FTX and Quincy.
Would you have it any other way?
I would not. Not between these two teams, that's for sure.
I mean, this series is heated up. We are at maximum capacity. Maximum mental damage has been inflicted going to a game.